type and it's just not working. Hey everybody, welcome in. I really appreciate you. I was trying to adjust my desk just now and trying to type at the same time. That doesn't really work. Tonight we're going to be talking about soil, compacted soil, sandy soil, and just basically a little bit about soil structure and why it's important. I'm noticing I look a little shorter tonight for some reason. Let me fix that. Okay. So I wanted to, and I appreciate you. I appreciate those of you that could make it tonight. I know we're all tired. I was even thinking about, you know what, maybe I will just reschedule this, but it's important that I talk about it because I'm dealing with it right now in my own garden. And I know that other Florida gardeners are dealing with it, and especially other new Florida gardeners who are looking at the sandy soil that we have and thinking, how am I going to grow anything in this? Especially if they've moved from out of state to our lovely sunshine state that's full of sand. And I know my father felt the same way when he looked at our sandy soil, and he decided actually not to ever vegetable garden again, which kind of broke my heart as I got older. I want to go to the chat and just thank people for coming in. I appreciate you all for coming in tonight. Some of you who stand out, I want to thank Ecology Today, who's Jay Dixon, our J-Bot. Thank you for coming in early and preparing everybody. I appreciate that. And Robin from our Chicagoland. Oh my gosh, negative. Oh, that's awful. I don't like those negative temps. Negative 10 feel like a negative 25. That's terrible. That's just awful. You're not dealing with any soil in those temps unless they're in the soil is in your house. Miss Sharon, oh, my sweet number one mod. Yay. So good to see you. Hey, GT, welcome in. Good to see you too. Well, I know we're going to have others join us tonight. I'm hoping a local nursery owner will be able to make it. We'll see how technology goes, or technologica. That's how how the meme goes. Sorry, my glasses were a little bit fogged up there. But tonight, like I said, we'll be easing into soil. And before I even get to my outline about it, I thought of something. I have visuals, but I thought of something that I used to do that reminded me of this topic. When I was in college, and I have other friends who did this who, are around this channel too. Oh my, and it's 18 degrees in Alaska. No way. I'm not going to tell you how warm it is here. Y'all will hate me. Good day to all from Huron County, Midwestern Ontario, Canada. All right, I'll do it. You're gonna just dislike me so much. I will tell you our temps today. Well, I'll tell you what it is right now. We are our high was of 81 today. It didn't feel like it though. It was cool in the morning. And then the low was 67. Right now we are sitting about 71 degrees Fahrenheit in South Florida. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry I had to deliver that to you. Yeah, that's true. GT is having more like bikini weather compared to Robin in Chicago. And I know Shawnee up in Minnesota is having some pretty cold weather. But back to what I did in college that, I thought of tonight as I'm looking at the soils and everything. I have something that I have not gotten rid of because I keep thinking maybe I will go back to it. And if you guys recognize these from school when you were in school doing art, let me know. Okay, this is one of the tools. This is another. Definitely not biology or medical here. This might give it away if you've ever taken it. That's another tool. There's another one. This thing I'm surprised is still holding together. That's another one. But anyway, Let's see if the side chat, anybody in the side chat got it. What I was thinking of. They're still they're still on how cold or warm it is. 81. Wow. That was my highest in 2024. Oh my. Yeah, 3 degrees. No, thank you. Feels like negative 16. Yeah, nope. New snow squalls, no. Exactly. Yay. Yes, that's from when I would do pottery. And we used to call it, for those of you who never took it, it's called throwing when you're doing it. You throw. It could be painting tools too, Miss Sharon. You know, people use those, I'm sure, some of those for painting tools who do textured painting and things like that. Yep, exactly. Pottery tools. So what I was thinking of is with our sandy soil, here is our typical South Florida. This is actually dirty sand. So, you know, it's even more sandy. I tried to get a good sample for you guys of about what it looks like, but this has got a lot of dirt added in, but this is basically what our soil looks like. It's very sandy. If I could, I'm going to stick my hands in it. It's just completely sandy. And I hope I didn't just, grab anything gross. But what I noticed is how it has that tendency to where, yeah, you can't grab a handful of it. It won't form a clump. Well, porcelain is like that. If you ever throw porcelain, this is one of my pieces. It's still, I didn't, get it down pat. This is a little bit weighty, But what makes it hard to throw is it's very slick. It's very much like the sand on the west coast of Florida that we call our sugar sand, but it feels fantastic to throw. It feels so good when you pull up the walls on the pottery wheel because it's just so smooth and those grains are so glassy and they just slip and slide against each other. Well, that's like sandy soil. Now, of course, I put down the other one that was my cone 10 piece. So I think is the porcelain. Now this is stoneware. Now, I threw this too. This is college, guys, so go easy on me. Now, stoneware has more texture. It's got grit to it. It's got different size pieces in the clay. Like it gives you just more to pull and it keeps its structure. Whereas like porcelain, if you add too much water, it just will fall down on itself. This is the same thing, but it takes a lot more water to make it do that. So, when you're looking at stoneware and you're throwing stoneware, I could, for a whole week, if I was throwing stoneware, I wouldn't have any calluses on my hands. Like they would be very, very smooth. And then that would be like a very fine grit sandpaper. So that could finish me off if I went to the porcelain, but it still felt slippery from just the way it would work with the water, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, we could grow in this, but you still need the soil. So my point is, sandy soil is very difficult because the water will just slip right through it. And then I'll go through these in just a little bit, but I wanted to give you like what I all of a sudden was like, oh gosh, yeah, I used to mess with soil. It was clay, but it was still like what people have in their soil. Your native soil is mixed sand soil from ancient receded Lake Huron lake bed. Wow. Yeah, ours is from the swamp. Ours is from the waters receding over the swamp. And a peninsula we have up further in Florida. So somehow, I know builders built up Florida, but somehow we became a landmass. I have to, go back and look. That was, I think, 5th grade when we studied that. Pardon me, I'm having a little bit of coffee, just a tiny bit. So anyway, let me go to, sorry about the ums. La, la, la. I was having such a problem with my computer today. I even was telling friends, I'm not doing this. I will drop the link in just a little bit. I just wanted to get through this part because I don't think I can carry on conversation and get through the outline. So if you've ever wanted to water your garden and watch the water, have you ever watered your garden and watched the water just kind of sit there on the top, or worse, it disappears instantly, like it fell through a crack in the earth? If your plants look stressed, no matter how much compost you add, your problem probably isn't fertilizer. It's your soil structure. Tonight we're fixing compacted raised bed soil and sandy in-ground soil so your garden can finally breathe, drink, and grow. And then we have some fixes at the end of this after we describe what the soil problems are. So if I'm not looking at the side chat right now, just give me a second. I'm over on my page and reading through my outline. See. Now, I do have, hold on, let me put up my little, I always forget I have these. Hold on. They're not here. Here they are. And I wanted to thank you all too for, coming in, and, I forgot to say, welcome in, sun seekers, sun seeking gardeners. Here on this channel, we're planting seeds of hope, healing, and health, one garden at a time. So tonight we are discussing compacted, sandy, and problem soils in the raised beds, like I said, and in ground gardens. What do these soil problems actually look like? Now, one of the things is why bagged soil can fail in the raised beds. And I don't know if any of you have had that problem before. Oh, what the problems look like, I should have left up. Sorry about that. Compacted soil signs are water pooling on top, hard, crusty surface, like after you water or after a rain, roots growing sideways because they can't even get down into that soil or they stay shallow, and then plants wilting even when watered, even when you're out there with your fish emulsion water and you're giving it your all. A sandy soil signs would be water drains immediately, nutrients just wash away, plants yellow quickly, soil won't hold shape when squeezed, like I was saying before. And both problems are actually structural problems. It's not something you're going to be able to fix with fertilizer. Now, this is why bagged soil fails in raised beds. Many bagged soils, and this is what I'm having a problem with in my raised bed right now. Many bagged soils are mostly peat or cocoa coir and fine compost. And over time, they collapse, compact, and they lose their air pockets. Raised beds still need aggregation and biology. Now you might say, what do you mean aggregation? Soil aggregation is the process where primary soil particles, sand, silt, clay, bind together with organic matter and microbes to form larger, stable clusters called aggregates or PEDs. These, held together by microbial glues, fungi, and roots, create pore spaces for air, water movement, improve soil structure, and protect organic carbon. I'm going to go back and check my side chat, see how everyone is doing after. Let me just throw this up. Oh, it pulled it down. Interesting. Okay. I don't know why these are on a timer, so let me see if I can fix that. I don't know if I can. That's weird. Let me see if I can edit the timing. Yeah. I didn't realize they have this thing now where you have to turn off the timer on your tickers. Okay, well, that one doesn't really matter anymore. Pardon me while I talk to myself for this segment. I didn't know these were all set on just like 10 seconds. So at least let me give them a minute. How about that? for this next one. Pardon me. There we go. And let me now go check my side check. Yeah, I just realized that. That stinks. Let me see what Miss Sharon says. Most bag soil we get here looks like burnt mulch, unless, of course, you can afford the $10 and up per bag. Yeah, and I'm kind of disappointed because mine was on sale for $8. It was listed as a potting mix, and it had absolutely no perlite. It was not structured hardly at all. Smelled like I bought black cow. So it smelled more like a soil additive that was heavy. And I knew right away I was in trouble. But I thought, well, I'll, do the perlite thing and, do the vermiculite and try and lighten it up. Didn't do much. It's that bad. It's really bad. So I'm thinking what they sold was not this, season soil. It was on sale because maybe it was like 2 seasons old in the bag. And then of course it gets watered on and it becomes even more compacted in the bags. And that's what mine seemed like. Hey, welcome in, Crazy Life Homestead. Okay. Yeah, it just goes right off. I should have just turned them all off. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll live and learn. Let me see if I can turn that. Hold on, guys. I'm going to turn that off completely then. For those who don't know who use StreamYard, you have to set these manually now. Before they didn't have it like that, Jay, when I used them. Because the ticker for the members would just keep going and going and going, and I would forget, and I'd leave it up after the fact. Okay, why sandy soil is tricky, especially in South Florida or Florida. Sand particles are large and smooth, like I was talking about with porcelain, even though their particles are a little bit smaller, a little finer. Not natural glue. There's none to hold it together or to hold your nutrients. The water moves too fast for the roots. It just goes right by them. Same thing for the, any of the nutrients you had in that water. If you're, feeding them too, that's just going right through there. Especially, like you're feeding them the fish emulsion. It's just going to go right through. So, sandy soil isn't necessarily bad. It's just unfinished soil. It needs a lot of amendment to make it work for you. And it also will work with certain plants that maybe it wouldn't necessarily be an annual. Like mangoes, like some of the pine. I've seen people use like a really fine pine mixed in, but they like that sand. That tropical tree likes the sand. So it's not all bad. Now there's a 4-part. The soil fix that works for both. Oh, it's going to go off right away. Come here, you. Sorry, guys. I really was going to postpone this. Now I'm wondering if I should have. Okay, the soil fix that works for both raised beds and in-ground beds. It's a 4-part soil solution. It's organic matter, compost, leaf mold, worm castings. And then for your carbon structures, you want to be adding wood chips, shredded brown leaves, and biochar. Now the wood chips, though, with that, you don't necessarily want to mix in too much. You want to, for us with the sandy soil, you want it on top. For raised beds, I put wood chips on the bottom because I don't want them to also steal all the, it would have to be very, very fine wood chips is what I'm saying. Not like your mini pine nuggets you can kind of get away with for certain plants because they like acid loving soil. And other plants, you wouldn't necessarily want a lot of that in the soil. So we did the carbon structures. Oh, biochar, I'm not sure if I mentioned that one. So those are your carbons, the wood chips, shredded brown leaves, biochar. Living roots, you can cover crop, chop and drop. You can leave the roots in from what you grew that year and you till them under, as long as you didn't have any kind of major invasion of anything that you're afraid might be in the plant. Or, you don't want to till under weed seeds if those are in there. Just make sure you remove those. And then you want biology. You want fungi, bacteria, worms. Because soil is a living system, it's not just a container that's been fired and all the life has gone out of it and it's fused together. No. Fixing compacted raised bed soil with, wait a minute, let's see. Oh, without emptying it. Let me see if I can bring that one up. I have to keep going in. Oh, good. I turned that one off. I thought I turned the other one off. I did it for this one. So what you can do with the compacted soil, rather than just going, you know what, I'm taking this all out of the bed. I'm not dealing with this. It's exactly how I felt. And in fact, what's funny is these two soils look the same, but right away, my finger won't go in this one as deep. You see that? That's the soil that I put. You can see I put perlite in it. I tried the light in it. But this is the one that's just immediately compacting down. This one, my finger can go into. It's just fine. That's a local soil potting mix. That is not full of manure. That's part of the problem with this is I think it was rotting manure that was in it. And it wasn't broken down enough before they even, put it on the market. So you broad fork gently. You can add compost and worm castings on top. You can top it with the mulch. This is saying not mix it in. So you're using the things that we just mentioned before. You can try to keep the roots in the soil year round. So make sure you're constantly planting things in that raised bed or in, your sandy soil. And then the good thing about raised beds is that you usually don't walk in them. So when you're walking through a garden, you always want to make sure that you make rows big enough for you to walk through, because you don't want to be walking over your plants or into your plants, because you're compacting that soil down and, it's going to just kill plants. You're not going to be growing a bounty like you could. I'm going to go over and check the chat and see what everybody's up to. Oh, Serena came in. Hi, Serena. Welcome in. This is so true. Yeah, it's a crazy life homestead. Florida soil is a great home for hermit crab and hermit crab racing. My father was in Stuart, Florida, and was building a shed, wanted it on a slab, building the form before the pour of cement. Hermit crabs would invade the form, and we painted their shells and had races. Place your bet. How cute. What a great memory. Thank you for sharing that with us. And welcome in, cousin. Hey, Serena. Welcome in. I can't put the jokes up right now, but I will when we're chit-chatting, when I drop the link. I'll put this one up. Which vegetable is always burnt? Swiss chard. Yes, this is a good tip. Absolutely. You need to charge the biochar by putting it in water and soaking a cup of compost in. Yeah. Or you can also use your compost tea and soak it that you already have. Yep. Nice. Sounds great what you're growing. It's snowing there in Oklahoma. Wow, that's crazy. So many people are getting snow, and I'm down here in the 80s. That's great. started super microgreen mix today. Still growing the red Russian kale and microgreens. How's that red Russian kale taste is what I want to know when you get to that point. Gear, you came in. Hey, Gear. Good evening. Good to see you. Yes, I hope everybody stays warm and safe this weekend. I hope you guys are all prepped up just in case you lose power. Is a big concern here when we have our situations, but ours are called hurricanes. That's usually the closest thing I would have, and they're not cold, but we might get, flooding, which is not fun. All right. Fixing this. And then fixing sandy soil is similar. What works is mulching thickly. What I'm doing in our backyard and even around my raised beds, because I don't know if my raised beds will always be there, is I'm laying down construction paper in most of the areas, unless it's a major like area where I'll walk in and out, like under the one archway, which is just like the balloon archway. I have a nice archway in the back, but that one archway, that's where I put the cardboard because it's the thoroughfare to get to my rain barrel, where I'll have that set up and going hopefully soon. So what works is the mulch, thickly, kind of like back to Eden method. Add organic matter repeatedly, not once, not twice. It's a consistent thing that's always going on in Florida. That's why you listen to David the Good and he talks about chop and drop, or he talks about compost your enemies and he does trench composting, which I love that word that I got that from Robin Gardens, trench composting. I didn't even know it was called that. But I've been doing it. And in fact, I'll be doing it with my little bananas. Little babies, yes. Very small rack off of this one, and it was just probably I should have taken out this particular plant. It was just too big and went off right next to another rack, and that rack was a good size rack. Now these are just Barbados cherries and 2 kumquats. Now what I'm concerned about the kumquats is the citrus greening. I'm seeing signs that I may have that bug coming in and causing some citrus greening, which I'm not happy about. And citrus greening it's like what it sounds like. They stay green. They don't look good commercially. They sometimes don't mature to full sweet fruition. Let's see. The other thing is grow plants that feed the soil, like tilling in the cover crops, plants that also are nitrogen fixers. And then you just have to give it time, and biology will help do the work. The other thing I would say too is just like what we've talked about before, making your compost teas, your Korean natural farming. They have a lot of different liquids that you can make. Diva in the Dirt, Maureen Washington calls hers poo-poo juice. So it's basically all kinds of organic matter with water. You let it sit, you let it ferment, and you basically make a lovely punch that you put over your garden. The garden loves it. People, the smell, not so much. The smell is exactly what she calls it, poo-poo juice, until it completely breaks down. Now I have to go to my notes for this, but I want to go over to the side chat first and see what you guys are up to. Oh, thank you for defining that. Hey, welcome in, Brook Trout. Yes, don't we hope that for the Northerners? We're like, oh, hi, Janet Potter. Welcome in. Thank you. Appreciate that, Jay. Oops. No, I don't want to do that. What happened? There we go. Thank you for defining that. Here we go. Definitely lazy man's composting. I don't like to go out and fork and turn big compost piles yet. Mm-mm. This is the Relight by Redmond's electrolyte water because I'm entering into my third week this week of keto. I haven't been weighing myself. I'm just going by how my clothes feel and how I feel. And it's light keto. I'm not eating a lot of red meat. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Your memberships. Yes, your memberships do help. I'm able to do a lot more and show you more with the memberships. I'll be setting up these lovely, I have 2 this year of the green stalks. And actually, I had a green stock box arrive today with my add-ons that I talked to Robin Gardens about. And this is lovely that comes with it because it gives you like planting ideas, whether you have the original or you have the leaf, which is the smaller. ShawneeGrows did a live on that. We were all up on the panel, and it was so funny because it was the exact day I was setting mine up in the backyard, and she didn't know that. And I didn't know she was doing a live on it. So it was like so wild. That happens quite a bit. Hey, welcome in, Creep. I'm almost through my outline. And I'm sure if you can get up tonight on panel, you'd have a lot more to add. I'll wrap my green stalk in a blue tarp. Oh, good. Okay, you found something. Well, it was still 55 degrees outside. Rosemary, sage, thyme, strawberry plants, and cauliflower plants growing in it. I hope they make it. I've already lost, and our snap wasn't too bad. The lowest we got was about 30, and that was with the wind chill. And that was only one night. The rest has been 40s. I had a one of my dwarf mangoes. It looked like it was 3 of the flowering panicles, panicles on it. Yeah, they didn't make it. They didn't make it. That's what I do. The biggest garbage can dump scraps turn once on my 5th or so. Wow, okay. Well, that's kind of more composting than I do, but I'm going to start doing that. I think I've got this raised bed that I got from Vine that's about 3, no, maybe it's only 2.5 foot tall, the metal one. And I still have compost left from a bed that was like, I did it like that. And I'm going to use that. Like I'm going to repile it into there because it's not completely finished and see where we go from there. And yeah, fork it and mix it all in together. Because if it was finished, I probably would have used a lot more of it in that bed where I'm ending up with the compacted soil. Okay, let me see what I've got left for the banners. And then, yeah, we just went through that. Okay, so this one, let me fix it. I didn't realize, for those of you coming in, I'm so sorry. I did not realize they changed the banners timing. You can time them. So it was turning off in 10 seconds, and I didn't even know that. All right. So here's some common soil mistakes to avoid. Just give me a second. I think this is almost the end of this. Yeah, it is. Okay. So some common soil mistakes to avoid when you're trying to correct soil or build soil is over-tilling. Where you're just going out there with a gas powered tiller and you're just, tearing the place up all the time because you're tearing apart all those fungal connections and biological connections that are being made and those air pockets that are being created by the biology in your soil. Using too much landscape fabric, like under your beds or wherever. That's why I'm using, it's just paper. Like already within the first couple of rains, it's starting to break down. It basically was just to give me a barrier to put the wood on top of the mulch so it wouldn't just go right into my sandy soil. So it would give it a little bit of time so then I can also go back in and, continue to build it like continue to place the pine bark nuggets on top, and I use the smaller ones so they do break down quicker and help form soil. Another common soil mistake to avoid is just relying only on fertilizer to fix your problem with your soil. That's not going to fix it. You're not going to be able to go buy just 10, 10, 10, and suddenly you have soil structure. And then leaving the soil bare, especially down here in South Florida, if we leave the soil that we created bare, it will return back to this lovely stuff. You will see this sand just rise to the top, and you will have patches of this. In fact, right now, the reason I have this is because areas in my yard have been completely shaded out, and our grass that we grow down here, it's dying off, and like the weeds are taking over. And I've been breaking out the weeds. So our soil not only feeds our plants feed us. And if our soil isn't healthy, then our plants aren't going to be healthy, and we won't be either. So if you're struggling with raised bed soil or sandy soil, in-ground garden soil, you're not alone. Even good bag soil can collapse over time, while sandy soil drains nutrients too fast for plants to thrive. So we all live and learn, and growth looks different for everyone. Just remember that. Now I am going to put down the link for anybody who wants to come up, not just hang out, but we can hang out later, but also just talk about what soil problems they've had in the past, how they fixed them, maybe amendments that they've used that have really been a game changer for them, you know. So I'm going to drop the link. And these are for people that I know or who are in my chat right now, or, you know, that I'm friends with on YouTube. Just an FYI. So, whoops, that's not it. CARIBEXOTICS and I were talking about this whole thing of technology. Oh. And then I will get to you guys after I drop this. And yeah, come up and talk about your soil, issues that you may have had in the past, how you corrected them. Maybe you've had bad soil you've had to correct, how you did that. And there's the link for those who want to come up. Let's see. I had a whole garden and nothing but wood chips, black dirt, and manure. Majorities, yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot. Brookchild, I don't know if you were in the background in the beginning, but my dad gave up. I've said it before, though. My dad gave up vegetable gardening in Florida. And he was a gardener all his life. He was a farmer. He grew up farming. And when he saw this soil, he was like, no way am I going to be amending that over and over again. But my father also wasn't into putting organic matter down. Oh, please welcome to the stage, Robin Garden.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. I made it through.
Yay! Great topic.
Thank you.
Serena had a question about when to start peppers. So I got my journal out.
Okay.
And my best date is around February 22-ish.
And she's in Oklahoma, so
she's actually warmer than me, and her last frost date is earlier than mine, so she's a little longer season.
Yeah, hers is April 15th.
But yeah, I did really well starting it on 2/22. Most of them, I did a few of them as late as 3/18. And they were fine. They caught up just fine.
Okay.
So I just wanted to look back and let Serena know what worked for me.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So your timing, Serena, is going to be fine.
Yeah.
Remember, if you're doing the sweet tomato or peppers, they can go a little bit later than the hot chilies. The hot chilies always take a little bit
They
longer.
like the heat. The heat likes the heat.
They like a little longer, lead time.
I wish I knew what that was for Crazy Life Homestead. Thinks maybe the soil is built immediately. Is that what it was? Maybe like a once and done thing for adding to the soil. And no, we're not quite neighbors. He's way up in the state, probably about 7 hours away from me, Serena. Oh, please welcome to the stage. Oh, with her lovely shirt on, Miss ShawneeGrows. I couldn't even find my own merch shirt.
Good evening. We're testing to see if we glitch out or not now that I have the new, fancier, upgraded internet package.
Ooh.
So,
let me get rid of the banner.
Keep me updated if it go weird.
Carol, is that a new design?
No, I'm going to do a design similar, like where it's got better cutout. But it's funny because they even have the same issue with the shirt that they printed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like got that slickness. Now, this is from when I went to the Mango Festival, and then I ended up volunteering, even though I bought tickets and I gave my ticket away. And yeah.
Okay.
So I've been there and got a t-shirt. And what's funny is that just ended up working out because I was helping them with the line. Hey, Aid, welcome in. And hey, Storms Radios. Here comes everybody. Hey, Kentucky Goblin. Guys, I'll have to check out the replay. I ain't getting no chicken. Oh, no. Well, you could get quail. That's one thing. CARIBEXOTICS, I did have some of his quail eggs this week, and they were great. And they're supposed to be high in HDL, which is supposed to have the healthy cholesterol, even though they have a little bit more cholesterol than a typical egg because they're more yolk than they are egg white, being so small. They actually help cholesterol because they have the good cholesterol in them, and they have B12, which I totally need, and iron. Like, they have all the good things. So, ma'am, do you have something to add? You did a whole live a while ago on soil, so I know I don't have a special guest, but I'm going to hopefully have CARIBEXOTICS up. If he can't make it tonight, he'll come up on another live, and we'll fit that. Because he knows what it's like to have soil that's healthy, because he's got all his trees and his plants that he sells at his nursery. You don't have healthy soil, you don't have healthy plants to sell down here.
No, I don't really have anything to talk about for the container soil, bag soil, amending soil thing.
Did you see? I did.
I saw your demonstration. I'm so proud of you.
Won't
I didn't want to make it obvious publicly, but here we are doing that.
Yeah, I know this looks so wrong.
But no, I thought,
my finger goes in it completely. What's wild is I look at this and I'm like, I have areas in my garden where I actually have soil on top. Like, this is what our usual soil looks like. Oops, she was here and then she left. Hold on. Wait a minute.
That was the first time I had experienced a sandy soil. Was for that kitchen garden project up in Door County, and just working in that soil, how loose it was, and how it just, but about, I'd say 8 inches down, you hit clay. So you went from sand to this like rock bed clay. It was really rock bed. So it was pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. I have both Crazy Life Homestead and CARIBEXOTICS is on. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can add Carib. Yay!
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Carib, you're on. Can you hear us?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Awesome.
I can't see anything, but.
Oh, you can't?
Nope.
Oh, no. What would do that? Why would he be able to? Okay. You can't see it on your phone, like the StreamYard isn't open to you? Oh. That's okay, Carib. You can try it again if you want. It might be at his signal. He's west of me. And he's trying to come on with a phone. I think, what is it with the phone? Do you have to use their app with StreamYard?
No, I just clicked the link.
Okay. Gary's trying again. Let's see.
You just can't see the chat. You'd have to
Yeah.
That's the problem. But you
Do you
should
mean,
be able to see.
Can you see us or can you not see anything?
I'm here and I can see.
Oh, yay. Awesome. So did you like that lovely shot of our beautiful sandiness? How sandy is your soil that's on your land there out west? Is it like this, like the natural, before you built it up or did anything with it, like the natural? What were you dealing with?
A lot lighter than that.
Wow. Okay.
Even sandier. And in my front yard, I have a lot of like really compacted limestone.
Okay. Yep.
And yeah,
I've seen that out there.
The typical Florida stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that out there, and that's why our soil, when we go to plant in it, it's more how do you say it? Like, it's not sweet. Is it sweet? What they would call it? What do they call it when it's alkaline? Ours, it's like that bedrock or whatever that you have out there in front is what.
Alkaline, more neutral.
Yeah, more neutral. That's the reason we have like more neutral soil, because I'll hit that sometimes in the back in little areas. That rock, the white.
Yep.
Yeah, they have a lot of it out west. When you go out there, you can see it, and they do have areas I've seen that are whiter. So how did you go about building up soil for your nursery then? Is it just like, do you pull from a certain area with the pots, or is that, or what did you want to talk about as far as soil? You said maybe you had some bullet points to add.
Like we spoke a little bit on containers and raised beds.
Yeah.
And compaction issues with those. And I think that's a lot. There's quite a few things you can address with that I think are, either like all inclusive. You could apply a bunch of them, or you could try different, like you said, perlite, that's one input that can, prevent compaction in containers. Other things, vermiculite. A lot of people forget about biochar.
Yeah.
Some really good biochar. And I mean, for container wise, so with our sandy soil, I'm a fan of like layering on top.
Okay, like lasagna gardening.
Yep, heavy mulch, heavy cuttings, chop and drop. Making sure I'm getting stuff from quality sources. Even throwing down the quail manure, chicken manure, anything from some of the local farms. Horses, cows.
Yeah.
As long as we know the feed source doesn't have any grazon in it, because that can be very detrimental to a lot of the annuals and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
But like almost like the lasagna thing, but with the sandy soil, I feel, starting from the top is what builds it up underneath.
Right. Yeah. So you think that that's okay? Like if I'm going to put trees out in that yard and I have this plan to lay down the paper, should I be laying down compost under that paper and then put the wood chips on top? Or should I just do it the other way? Paper that is that in between, the native soil, compost, wood chips, or does it not matter?
I think over time it doesn't really matter, because it's all going to break down anyways. And with our crazy weather, spring and summertime, you might be under 6 inches of water in the backyard, and all that turns into one big mess anyways.
Yeah, you guys have that a lot out there in the West. I'm thankfully a little higher where we bought. We're higher, so we're in like the one flood zone, like where they're like 1 through 10 on Realtor. If you're looking down in Florida, they have a scale. Like I think we're in 1. So, but we still buy flood insurance. We know how quickly that can change in Florida. But
yeah, my property I think is on 2 on the scale, so we haven't had issues.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because there's some low points out there where you see people, they could take a canoe during and just try to get out of their property. So how long do you think it took you to start really building soil, or what are some things that you started with in South Florida. Like for me, one of the things I started with was mulberry and banana, because that is the thing that would survive in my yard. Like nothing else seemed to really be doing well. And moringa did okay.
Okay.
What were some of the things that you started with on your property as far as like food, forestry stuff, or food plants?
Mangoes. I mean, I've been kind of growing mangoes and picking mangoes since I was a kid.
Okay.
I grew up in Miami. It's been in my family. My grandparents' property still has a small grove in the backyard.
Oh, nice.
You know, so we have like generations of picking these trees, and I used to sell fruit as a kid. And
down in Homestead, like
no,
Homestead
not
area?
that far south.
Oh,
no,
okay.
like northwest Miami.
Okay.
And so I mean, even then, we always had a bunch of citrus, which citrus is now pretty much
awful.
You know, it's pretty much dead for the most part.
Right.
But yeah, mangoes. My property I'm at now, I've been at 10 years, and you know, I purchased it about 10 years ago, and within the first year, I started planting anything I get a hold of. You know, mango, avocados,
right.
And then I started getting into the moringa. I do have one of my oldest trees is a moringa.
Yeah.
And I went down the rabbit hole of, you know, building basically the soil web, the mycorrhizal network, trees, communicating with trees, the whole soil web. And I was like, okay, I got to start getting mulch in. I just got to literally start building up the land.
Right.
And I think, you know, I've been doing it, like I said, almost 10 years now. And I've put countless yards of mulch and all kinds of stuff into my backyard itself. So, I mean, it's visually higher than my neighbor's yards.
From all of them,
And I mean, what was straight sugar sand is just, it's now rich, loamy, dark stuff everywhere. Yeah. And I started learning about nematodes quickly with mulberry. That's still been kind of an issue over here.
Yeah, okay.
The mulberries, the figs, and then, you know, I started getting into annual plantings. Like now, every winter I've been doing mustard greens. And actually, to a degree, they reseed themselves in my yard.
Yeah. Robin's done that from Robin Garden. She's done the marigold. She had a really excellent. What was the marigold, Robin, that really did well for you with the nematodes?
So I did the biofumigation this year. In one bed where I have root knot nematodes, I did the caliente mustard first, and then chopped and dropped and dug that in. And then I did the red metamorph and the naughty Marietta type marigolds, which are both supposed to be good, right? Okay. And then I chopped them, dropped them, and dug them in at the end of the season. I also did the seafood fertilizer with the shells of the crabs and so forth, because it's high in Chilton.
The chitin,
which is also supposed to be good as well. So next year will be proof in the pudding when I plant my carrots in that bed and see if it worked.
Yeah, I haven't used the Chilton yet. Have you used any of that out there on your property too? Because our nematodes are really bad because of the sandy soil down here. Okay, I want to try that. I've heard that is pretty good. It's pretty pricey though, by the bag when I've looked at it. That I had a problem with the nematodes when I went to annuals, and it was my tomatoes. I had the root knot nematodes in my tomatoes. Even they attacked our Everglades tomato.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, oh, I thought that was like a native. I thought it was, you know, going to be fine. But thankfully, you know, I can't knock on wood. This is composite, but my mulberry, I guess it's an ever-bearing mulberry. It seems like I got it from another backyard gardener. You know how it is in Florida. Like, hey, you want this? You want that? We share with each other. It's been doing fine. Like it's pretty big actually. And that's the one that I actually need to relocate because it's right next to my jackfruit. And mulberries just want to grow, whether they're dwarfed or not, if they're not being destroyed at the root level. This one thinks it's a full-size tree. Like it doesn't think it's dwarfed. But it is, like the leaf shape shows me it's still the dwarfed Illinois and not the Illinois. But like you were saying, you out there, what kind of rootstock do you use then with the sandy soil and the nematode issue down below, like all your good soil, and they work their way up? What kind of rootstock can you use for, say, our figs and our mulberries? Is there any?
There are certain mulberries that are less susceptible to the nematode, but in general, with the mulberries, I feel, and let me just say this to start off, the whole dwarf thing, and since I've been, you know, a, for lack of a better word, professional nurseryman the last few years, the whole dwarf term is very misleading, because a lot of home gardeners think, okay, my tree's going to stay a certain size for a certain amount of time, and the reality of it is dwarf just means slower growing.
Yeah.
So mulberries that are really out of control trees, even a dwarf variety which has been selectively bred and propagated, there's really nothing dwarf about it. It's still going to get out of control. It just takes a little longer to get out of control. Same thing like with dwarf mango trees. And a lot of people really, you know, it's a catchy thing to call something dwarf, but, you know, there's no dwarf in nature because it's always growing. You know?
Right. That's a good point.
That's good to know, because I have a dwarf mulberry that I bought for the
yeah. Oh, mine's got 10-foot runners going up to the sky right now off the one. After I had just trimmed it all down and got it into about 8 foot, and it's got 10-foot things going straight up to the sky that I have to trim off again. It's crazy, and that's the dwarf everbearing that's doing that.
The most optimistic sense I think we can use the word dwarf in when speaking about fruit trees is that it will produce at a smaller than typical size. So you can harvest at a smaller size. You know, that's really, you know, the only thing that a dwarf has an advantage over. And it's slower growing. But, you know, I just think it's very misleading. And I wanted to put that out there because every day I have somebody asking for something dwarf, and, you know, the expectations that it is never going to continue to grow is very unrealistic.
Right. Now,
even with mulberries,
you have a huge selection of trees from what I saw, because you and I have been emailing each other offline. And can they get any of those online? Do you have an online presence yet as far as them ordering from you from South Florida, or are you strictly within the state or a certain area?
Honestly, I have my website, and if anybody gets a hold of me, I'm more than happy to work something out with anybody on an individual basis. So that's kind of how I am. You know, I don't limit myself. I mean, there are limitations as far as shipping goes. You know, sending a 7 or 15 gallon tree to California is not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I actually had somebody damn near cuss me out because I wouldn't ship him a 7-gallon mango tree to California, which is not allowed anyways, but the shipping would have been 5 times the price of the tree. And, you know, I said, hey, if you're willing to pull the appropriate, you know, interstate phyto certifications and, you know, pay for all that, by all means, you know, you can spend $3,000 on the tree. I'll ship it to you. But no. Yeah. I mean, if any interest in anything, I just like working with people individually. You know, I've sent stuff to Georgia, Louisiana, Texas.
I saw J3GS.
Pennsylvania.
I saw his review, J3GS, giving you that nice review, and you working with him. And we all know J3GS Farm, and he also has bees and has his honey channel too, which of course slips my mind right now. But he was very happy with you. He even thanked me, and I was like, I was just
no, I appreciate you facilitating that. You know, that meeting.
Just having a live, I think, was the only facilitation. But
it works.
It did. Totally works. But yeah, so you heard it, guys. You know, if you have some interest in tropicals, definitely reach out to CARIBEXOTIcs. And are you getting a phone call? Because it's kicking back.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. But yeah, he is located in South Florida, and like he said, he'd be happy to work with people on an individual basis, but don't get all crazy and stuff. Homestead Aquarius just told a joke. He says they prefer to be called little plants instead of dwarfs. You're so wrong for that, Robert. And I'm not sure, is this a new breed of plant? Brooke, Trout, help me out. What is this moringa or mango? It's a morango, a dwarf morango. I need a little help, but he said it went up to 40 feet. It does sound like a song. Crazy Life Homestead's over there doing a little dance. Right now, how are your plants doing? Like, how did they do? Did you have enough windbreak around, and is your microclimate good for the cold snaps we've been getting?
Who is talking to me?
Yes, I'm sorry, Kareeb. That was addressed to you.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we're still kind of waiting it out. My soursop trees, I have 6 or 7 at my house, and some of them are showing some wear from the cold. Surprisingly, ones that did better last year aren't doing so great this year. So,
right,
we'll see. I haven't lost one yet.
Right.
In almost a decade.
Okay.
And so we'll see. My mangosteen made it through. This is the first time my purple mangosteen has actually made it through. So
wow, do you have it in the ground?
No, it's in a pot.
Oh, it's in a pot.
The last 2 years that I grew them, as soon as even bringing them on the porch and with the space heater, they perished almost immediately. This is the first year that it's flourishing.
That's good to know. Well, I have a walk-in shower I don't use that much. I've been thinking about maybe I'll just make that into like an indoor greenhouse. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't know they were that, how do you say it? Like little drama queens. I didn't know I was going to be dealing with the drama queen with the mangosteen. Because I figured they were okay.
Yeah, my soursop because it's getting late here.
Okay, I'm sorry, Crazy Life Homestead. Okay.
You're perfectly fine. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, you too.
Good night.
Oh, you have a mangosteen? What? Made it through the first. Oh, they're letting Serena know what you said. Yeah, I didn't know that about the mangosteen, and my soursop is dropping leaves, but I looked up and there's this huge flower on it. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're dropping all your leaves down here, and then you're just got this beautiful. Stop teasing me. Like, I would love a soursop soon. So I haven't gone out to check to see if it even, did anything. But I mean, that flower was huge. I've had some fruit off of it, and it was really good, but it was mild. So I'm not sure what type of soursop I got from a local place. It wasn't labeled like the cultivar. And I hear people talk about, use the leaves for tea. And I don't know if you and I have talked about this before. Oh, we lost him. For those of you who don't know, if you go up to a soursop tree, the leaves smell like cat pee. But they're supposed to be anti-cancer tea. Yeah. It's kind of, I walked up to it because I was like, oh, I'll make tea. No, I don't want to try that tea yet. I'm not there.
What's the one bush that everybody loves for decorative that's got the really tiny leaves? Boxwoods.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple variety of boxwoods that smell like cat pee.
Oh, great. Just what you want near your front door. And people are like, where are the cats?
Yeah.
Do you have wild cats out here? I felt like that was a little white flowers. Well, if Kareeb can come up again, that's fine. If he can, I really appreciate him that he popped up, and you guys can check him out. He's a local. He's not too far from me, but I still haven't gotten out there on a day when he's open to go and check out his nursery yet. But when I do, I'll have to film it. Shawnee, how are you doing in your weather tonight? We were talking about weather earlier.
Maria, I'm on a warm spell right now. It's -14. It was -40. For those that don't know, I'm in Minnesota, and so we are on the routine of prepare for power outage. Don't be outside for long. Anything under 10 minutes, you can get frostbite. Terrifying. Use proper protection for pipes, and just we're built pretty well here, but you still have to be careful. Supplies, it's the same thing. You know, if like we were actually getting a blizzard, which we had a blizzard a couple days ago already. So I'm like looking at my seeds, and you know, I'm looking at this nice book that I just got from someone named Salford Sunshine Tropicals.
Happy birthday, book.
It's going well with, like, this is the book that inspired me to get more into how do they cook with their food. Not that it's the same tribe, but it's actually the Hidatsa tribe, and in here it talks about the Sioux burning their lawn, their lodge down, and stealing all their caches, and so it feels a little naughty.
Oh wow!
To have them together, but I'm learning
that they were like warring with each other, kind of. Wow.
Yeah.
So you get a little dirt on each of them,
right?
Like,
as I collect each like tribe's, like if I can get, you know, one from everywhere up here, like so I've got North Dakota, and then I don't know where Sioux are. Is that Dakota as well? I haven't read that one really deeply yet.
Yeah. Oh, is Janet going to sleep? I didn't see that one come up.
She might just be saying goodnight to people.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she's going to sleep. Sometimes that gets confusing.
It does sometimes, absolutely.
We did plant another round in the indoor garden today. So I did lettuce, cilantro, dill, and Swiss chard, since we did have a harvest, and I've been cooking with it. Members only can see what I made today with that. For $1, you can head over to ShawneeGrows and hit that button.
For 99 cents a month, you can see absolutely nothing that I posted today, but I will be posting. I've been trying to edit this like montage of video. I did the thing that Robin warns against. I let it ride as I was doing my stuff.
Yeah.
17 minutes later of stuff to go through, and I'm like, I can't find anything good in this to even use for a short.
Really?
Yeah. I was just like, what? Why didn't I do like the 2-minute rule and check? Oh well, it's all right. It's all right.
You tried it, yeah.
I tried.
I didn't film anything.
I could maybe just show some of it and just talk over it, I think is what I could at least use some of the footage for, but yeah.
Absolutely.
If you get, what is this? Please, if you get cold, don't toss boiling water into the air. So many burns from people. Oh, wow. Somebody actually tried that to warm up?
No, what happens is what's shown is when you throw hot water into negative,
gotcha.
air, it turns into like steamy, snowy, puffy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, just don't.
For the clicks, please don't do this for the clicks, kind of thing. Like for the photography of it. Okay, I got it. I thought you meant people were doing that
to warm up. That's such a Florida thing to say.
So clueless. So clueless. I haven't been in snow since I think I was 19. Yeah, 19. And I'm now 55. So quite a while. Yeah, definitely bring them in the colder weather. She's got soursop like little babies. And little saplings. Definitely protect them. Because I know J3GS had some, and I think he lost his. And if the power goes out, the cold weather will help keep frozen food from defrosting. There you go. If you put it out there. But then animals might get it too. So that was always the thing I heard. Like, well, you can put it out there, but it's according to like how much wildlife is going through that yard of yours.
Can they open a cooler?
True. Yeah, if it's in a cooler, only a few. Raccoons can open anything. They've got those little creepy hands.
I know. They got little thumbs on them.
They got real hands. They grab chickens like by the neck and they pull them like through the poultry wire. They're vicious little things, but they're so cute. But creepy hands. What is this sarcasm? Let's get our cold weather coping advice from Floridians.
Like just now, I think you were like hinting at you just are throwing the food on the porch, and it's like it's in a device, it's in a cooler or something, Carol.
No, I've seen people put it out, the jars out. I've seen people just put food in the snow, like online.
Okay,
that's what I thought she meant, and I'm like, what? How do animals not come steal that? Fun fact: squirrels Have thumbs. Yes, they
Don't
have
have
the little
thumbs.
hands too. That's right, Mike. And they can get in there. I'm sorry, Mike.
They
Cover
chew
your
stuff.
ears. Yes, cover your ears, Mike. They are rats with fluffy tails, and just like rats, they can chew into anything.
They chew and chew and chew
until they get into it.
You know, when you were talking about the compaction in the raised beds, Carol, I'm getting to the point now where my soil in the raised beds is getting pretty dense.
Okay.
So I don't have a broad fork, but I do have pitchforks, garden forks. So this year we're gonna just pitchfork it and get some oxygen pockets going on in those older stone beds now, and see if we can't, loosen things up.
Maybe put some worm castings on top before you do it, and they can drop down in there. Give it some little bit of biology.
I think the nutrition's going to be fine because I did alfalfa pellets again under the 4 inches of compost in the fall.
Yeah.
But I think I've got to fork it this year. It's not going to hurt anything to do that.
No, not if you're not like tilling it like we were saying, like with a rototiller, you're fine.
That's probably going to be more like the royal eye, because that will be Al doing it. One wing will not be doing it.
Right. Yeah, you can use cocoa core to fluff it. That's true, to aerate it. Yeah.
When we took apart the raised beds here, it was definitely a hard rock kind of a soil.
Really?
After 5 years, I think we had them for 5 years.
Too funny, Jay. Fork it all. That's how I felt after I filled that bed and it was all compacted. Fork it. Yeah, the one bed that I took apart, that's my composting, like the slow composting, I was surprised it actually wasn't compacted. It actually was okay. Really weird, probably, but it's probably because it's not finished all the way and it's still got a lot of things that are breaking down in it, so it's a little bit more aerated. But yeah, that's what it says. Like over time, it's the peat moss and the like cocoa core is just compressing and you're losing all that air. So I'm glad I did the live. It's just I still have a lot to do with that bed, which I think I might do. That's the difference between these soils, is the one actually has Florida peat moss in it. The one that I bought locally, this one has the Florida peat moss, and it's got some hardwood. You can see like hardwood, little piece of hardwood. I think it even has some biochar in it. And that's another thing I could add, but that could get expensive, is you can just go out and get orchid like medium that has the biochar and the chips and everything in it and mix that in too. But I would charge the biochar like Serena was talking about, with like a poo-poo juice like Maureen uses. But I'm not going to keep going too much longer. If anybody else wanted to add anything to the conversation, now is your time in the side chat. If you don't know, I also have memberships and I have merch. It's really just one shirt. Shawnee has it on. It's a lovely shirt. It also doubles as a bib when you go out for wings and wipes red off. They did such a good job with their what is that thing called? Oh my gosh. The thing that they put on the shirt, I can't think of the name of it. It's just thick. It's like really thick, but it's a good quality shirt. The t-shirt is a good quality shirt. I'm going to be looking into like how Shawnee did it, where you get to choose more local for what's being made for you. And I really appreciate all of you who have purchased a shirt or are members of the channel. I didn't put the ticker up tonight, but I can do that on our way out.
I do have an announcement, Carol. I do have something to say, if you don't mind.
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
So if anyone's familiar with Seed Time, they are hosting a Seed to Harvest Summit, February 1st through the 5th. I did attend last year for free online. You have to be there live to get the information. If you want the replay, that's where they get you, where you got to sign up and pay for something. But I just did the free version live, and then I did a recap on it afterwards. I have signed up to go again this year, and I'm excited for Farm on Central to talk about IPM, Integrated Pest Management. And I haven't heard like if David the Good's going to be there or not. I haven't seen the list yet. So if anyone is interested in attending, you can email ShawneeGrows@gmail.com and I can get you a link to sign up. You might be able to just go to seedtime.com.
Yeah.
I think is.
I got their email and I just like didn't even, I'm glad you mentioned it. I might check and see who their list is. Do you know when they're going to put the list out? Oh, hi, Anne's Place. Welcome in.
Usually, I think the day before I get it. I can't remember. Okay. I can't remember.
Oh, there's 2 now. 2 seed times? Funny.
There's Jay with the link already.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Miss Sharon, thank you for dropping my links for my merch and my memberships. I appreciate that so much. Oh, that's what he's talking about. He's got rabbits at the door guilt tripping him. And now there's 2 of them. We're wearing you down. Thanks for coming in, Ann. You're just getting up. Enjoy your coffee. Oh, ecology today. Do you want, I'd say, wait a minute. All that work can be content for your channel.
I thought I was buying.
Yeah, that's true. What
did that say? I thought I was buying 3 oranges today, Carol. Oh. I bought 3 4-pound bags.
Oh, nice. Oh, please welcome back to the stage, CARIBEXOTICS and J-Bot.
Did you get at least something like a Cara?
Yeah, what did you get? Hey.
I don't know. I'll have to look on it and report back.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Jay. I'm going to say goodnight, but you guys can stay up on panel with me and we can chit-chat afterwards. I appreciate everybody who came in, and yeah, let me know down below if you're watching this in the replay what you've done to solve some of these soil issues in your own garden, or if this has helped you and given you some food for thought how to improve your soil. Also, if you want to get in touch with the CARIBEXOTICS, it's just CARIBEXOTICS.com. Is that it? CARIBEXOTICS? Yep. Okay, CARIBEXOTICS.com. And like ShawneeGrows said, Seed Time is having a wonderful class, which will have different teachers like they did last time, Shawnee. And that was called what again? The
Seed to Harvest
Summit. There it is. Okay.
Jay's pointing up.
Thank you. Yes, Miss Jay.
Can I do one more quick promo?
Yes, go ahead.
ShawneeGrows is got a new series on the Urban Gardener's Monday night show, Green Room, and her first episode of her special segment will be airing on Monday night. So,
yay! Oh, Duncan, hi. I don't think I even addressed you. And good night, but hi and good night. Love you, lady. Good to see you. And have a wonderful night, everyone. And yeah, please swing over and see Shawnee in her new segment. I saw the premiere and it was quite good. Quite good. I loved all the ladies on the panel. You know, especially 2 special ones that were up there that we kind of know, Ms. Robin and Shawnee. But, you know, the other ones were quite nice too. Have a good, go ahead.
I didn't explain it very well, but the segment is actually going to be shared by 3 people, but Robin will, that Shawnee will be the first.
And then it'll be the others.
Trina and Robin as well in rotation.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Appreciate you.
Good night.
Carib, you can stay if you want, if that's okay.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.